is the head trainer for the region for PepBoys, and his name is Randy Warner. And Randy grew up in Houston.
I know y'all were having old home week.
We were, because way back. Yes, he went to Waltrip. I went to Westbury.
Yep.
I'm older than you, by the way.
You're older than everybody.
I actually am. Let's see. You worked at Jimmy Green Chevrolet. There's a name from the past I haven't heard since Jimmy Green was still a dealer. And what was the other dealer you worked for?
Knapp Chevrolet.
Snap Up a Nap. They've just undergone or undergoing a complete redo down there off of Washington.
Yep.
And it's looking good down there.
They've been through the ringers. I mean,
yeah, I know. Well, all of them have. But, it's funny because there aren't very many downtown dealerships anymore. And the nice thing about Knapp, and they didn't pay me anything, is the fact that you got a dealership to get your Chevrolet serviced if you work downtown, and it's right there.
That was it.
That's sweet. I actually bought a car from them one time. I bought a Camaro, SS Camaro from them. And great salesperson, older guy. Knew what he was doing. Nice guy. There are still some around. But anyway, that's not why we called you and said, come on in.
Come on down.
We wanted to talk about car parts stores. And there are a lot of our listeners this morning that are semi-do-it-yourselfers or complete do-it-yourselfers, but mainly semi-do-it-yourselfers. That would be the category that I would fall in. I used to do everything myself. Now, because of my advanced age, I have learned that I am limited in the things that I want to do. It's not that I can't do them. I'm not ready to admit that yet. But it's that I want to do.
Right.
I don't want to be on my back for 8 hours underneath a car on jack stands. Nope, not going to happen.
Yep.
Or bent over into the engine compartment and my back is killing me. That's not going to happen either.
But there are some certain things you want to do, like wash them and do some simple things.
Well, and perhaps, depending on the vehicle, it's got room to change spark plugs, or if I'm one of those kind of guys that is into a resto mod, maybe you've got my 235 Blue Flame 6 on it.
Well, then those are the ones you change spark plugs. Because cars nowadays, A, it's hard to change spark plugs, and B, you only have to do it about every 100,000 miles.
And I want to put in my Mallory dual-point ignition system.
Yeah.
And I want to put a set of headers on it.
Yep.
And I want to put dual-carb Offenhauser aluminum intake manifold on it. I want to bump up the can a little bit.
So you want to do the fun stuff.
I want to do the fun stuff.
You want that distilled blinker fluid on there?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that PepBoys may or may not sell the distilled blinker fluid. But
we have both times, both distilled and
regular.
Correct.
But a lot of people still do brakes, front brake shoes, disc brakes, things like
scary.
that.
And but drum brakes. I did a set of disc brakes on my Corvette.
Those are actually,
one time.
I feel safer with somebody doing disc brakes than drum brakes.
Well, I don't mess with drum brakes anymore, but I will do disc.
They're harder.
Those
drum brakes
easier.
are harder with all the springs and everything that pop off and all that stuff.
My only problem with it is to remember which way
Where
the spring goes.
That's why you only take one wheel off at a time, so you can go look at the other wheel.
Exactly right.
That's exactly right. And then you take your phone and take pictures of it.
That's the other thing.
And then you get on YouTube and figure out how to put it back together.
So what is the biggest service item that you have at your service centers? What is the number one service item that comes in to your stores?
Tires, brakes, oil changes, alignments, all of that.
That's the most common.
Yes.
But you also do heavy mechanical repair too.
Oh yes. Well, whatever comes in the door, we'll pretty much handle it. We'll take it. We'll do it.
The cool
what is the advantage of going to a PepBoys as opposed to maybe the dealer? Is there an advantage?
Biggest advantage is
convenience.
That's definitely the biggest.
Yeah,
is we can get it in at that moment,
right,
and handle it.
Yeah,
and we've got some pretty good guys there, pretty well trained. I personally know the trainer who trains the technautions.
That would be him.
That would be you. I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of experience in the auto repair business all of your life, pretty much.
More about 38 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So, Okay, so tires, oil changes, and the like. Now, something that I have noticed about PepBoys recently is that not all of their stores are the same.
No.
Some are just tire stores.
That's correct.
Some are parts stores or a combination thereof,
Right.
and a service center as well.
That's correct. We've got 18,
and not all of them carry hot rod parts, but I know that the one over on the North Loop does.
That's correct.
So you kind of got the full gamut covered.
That is correct.
Yeah.
There's 18 different stores we have here in Houston. We've got 7. There are 7 what we call super centers.
Now, what makes it a super center?
That does both, has parts and repairs. Does both.
Yeah.
We've got one store that is a parts only store. They don't do any. That's off of Belford. We also have 10 what they call service tire centers, and strictly that's repair only. They have a small amount of parts on hand to handle those repairs that come in. Anything else other than that, then they would have to get the parts. They'd bring the parts
like
in.
any other shop would have.
Exactly, just like a regular repair shop.
And how many of those stores that have the hot rod parts, like the one up on the North Loop?
That would be our super centers, and right now I believe there's a total of 5. I know for a fact there's 2 of them right now that haven't got converted yet.
I have to tell you that I was taken aback, and so was Hersing over here. We were
absolutely
taken back when we visited over there. Was that a year ago?
Yeah,
it was a year ago. We went over there and did a Christmas thing, a food drive. And the fun thing about that store is that it's so big that they've got grocery carts, what I call a grocery cart, baskets on wheels, so you can go and go grocery shopping just like there's the salt, there's the cereal,
there's the car wax,
there's the car,
there's the oil filters,
there's the compressors,
there's your slicks,
your slicks, your slicks, your dual point ignitions,
my MagnaFlow exhaust,
right. And those are pretty handy
my
because
camshafts, there's
because
my
unlike
XL ignition,
because unlike back in our day, when we had places like super shops and competition sales all over town, those places are far and few between. A lot of guys these days do mail order, and I respect mail order stores. That's all fine, well, and good if you really know what you're doing. But I'd rather go into the store and say, let's see, tell me the difference between that and that.
Yes.
And when you've got somebody that's knowledgeable in the performance parts industry right there with you, that you can talk about it and ask the questions.
Exactly.
And walk out with the part in your hand.
Exactly. So I know something about the part, and not just, it looks good online.
Yeah. Is it going to fit?
Yeah. It looks like a good price. I'll try it.
Yeah, but if you guys install it, y'all warranty it, won't you?
That's correct.
That's the cool thing. They'll warranty it.
Because back in the day,
No.
you had to do it all yourself. And let me tell you something. I can't tell you how many sets of headers I had that I put on that after about 2 days, they became loose, blew out the gasket, and had to go through the whole thing all over
Or
again.
wouldn't fit.
I can
Or
think
wouldn't fit.
I can
Or
think of a
Banged
couple of them.
into
It took
something, and you
2
had to
days
go,
to put them on.
You had to hammer the headers out of the way, or heat them up and try to bend them, and
Put a
they
dent
wouldn't-
in them.
They fit. They wouldn't hit up against something. You're like, really? I just ordered these in, and it took a week to get them in, and I was like,
and then I'm hitting on
Man.
them with a hammer.
yeah, all this aftermarket stuff is just
Some modifications required.
yeah.
So do you
some modification required.
Yeah, sledgehammer. So do you have experts at the super centers that install this stuff that actually know what they're doing?
There are some people that have actually done this before.
Yeah.
In prior lives.
Yes.
Some have to be trained.
Right.
Because I have gotten calls where from other areas of the country where they go, we've never put bead locks on.
Right.
So you have to explain to them it's no big deal. And
Right.
just walk them through the process, how to do it. And after they do it once, it's like, oh, okay.
Well, that was pretty easy.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. No big deal.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
hard.
but things like headers and stuff, I mean, if you're mechanically inclined, you can kind of figure out the engine's got a jack up. But say you're putting in an electronic ignition or a new camshaft.
Right.
I mean, now you're talking about pulling the timing gears and all that stuff off.
Yes. Our master techs are used to doing that.
Okay,
they're
so
doing that on
people.
engines. Oh yeah. We're like I said, our master techs in the stores, they're used to doing that. They'll do engine teardowns if down to camshafts, cylinder heads, whatever it takes.
Cool. And so you're going to be with us next hour, right?
Do I have to?
No, you don't.
Yeah, no.
We're doing everything we can to scare you off.
He's locked in the building. He can't get out anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
Randy
here.
is going to be here with us. We've chained him to the desk.
Whether he